Hey guys, Angela here with Turo Family Chiropractic. In another movement minute, I'm going to head over to my mat here because this one's going to be on the ground. So fair warning, if you have any knee issues, this is not going to be the exercise for you. There's not really a way to modify one. There's other exercises you can do, but this one, you do need to be comfortable being down on your knee. So I'm using a pad. If you're home, you can use a pillow or a rolled up yoga mat. Anything to kind of give you a little extra cushion on that knee there. So back knee down, foot bent, so toes bent, front leg forward, enough. This you'll have to play around with. You want to feel this one. We're going to do a hip mobility movement that's going to hit the hip flexors, but also we're instead of just holding it. So if I just go into this position, push forward, you're going to stretch that hip flexor. I believe I've shown you that one before. This one we're going to actually do as a mobility. So we're going to move through the range of motion. So with this, I'm going to push as far forward as I can, even going beyond the point that I would go if I was simply doing it as a stretch. So if I'm just trying to stretch that hip flexor, I'm going to stop. I'm going to tuck those hips and I'm going to stop about here. And I'm going to feel a really good stretch. If I'm talking about mobility, so really getting the full range of motion of the joint, I'm going to go even further. And again, I'm not going to hold it there for long, but it's really working that full range of motion. And then as you get comfortable with that front range, you can see I'm starting to come back a little bit further. And then from there, what you can do is even start to sink back further. And now you're going to get a stretch and actually get some hamstring mobility as well. So now I'm working this back hip flexor, front of the leg. Now I'm working the back hamstring of this front leg. So you're kind of hitting both sides. Obviously, you're going to need to work both sides because you're working different parts of the leg of the one that's front and back. If you can't get yourself all the way back, you just go to where you can. So even if you just kind of bend a little bit, you'll feel it in that back of the front leg. Go to that point. So nice lean forward and bringing it back. Absolutely love this exercise. It's fantastic for, again, getting some mobility through the hip. Once you do both sides going forward and back, you can actually turn. You're going to take that front leg to the side. So now I have same position on the back leg, knee bent, back foot, toes down. Now, let's turn this so you can kind of see more straight on. Now I'm turning that other foot out to the side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lean now following my toes. So before I was leaning forward, I was getting more of a stretch through the front of this leg. Now I'm getting more of a stretch through the hip of this bent leg. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come all the way to the other side, lean as much as I can, and just, again, working a little bit of mobility through those hips, just a different way. I know I've shown some different hip mobilities, standing, kneeling, there's different variations to do it. But again, if your knees permit, I know, knee issues are a thing. So if you can't be on your knees, just skip over this one. You can send me a message. I can show you some other ways to work those muscle groups without having to go down on the knee. But if you can handle having that body weight down on your knees, these two variations are a great way to really just increase some of that hip mobility. So try it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys for the next movement minute. All right, thank you.